An audit by definition. An audit may be defined as a review of books and accounts and other information in such a way as to allow the auditor to express an opinion on the communication contained therein. The auditor is therefore carrying out an attest function. Let's move into the role and functions of the Auditor General. What the auditor is attesting to depends on the nature of the particular audit assignment. For example, he or she may be attesting to the accuracy of a cash balance, which may be a routine audit. He may be conducting a stamping press audit, or he may be conducting a cash press at the Customs Department, Immigration Department. These are routine audits. He or she may also be conducting a fraud investigation, which require further investigation because fraud is difficult to detect. There may be some collusion, and it may require some specialist or more detailed audit examination and analytical reviews in order to complete this audit. Additionally, the role of the Auditor General is to provide assurance to Parliament and the public that the public sector organizations are operating and accounting for their performance as required by Parliament. This involves annual audits of all public sector organizations, as well as more detailed performance audit and inquiries into specific issues. Finally, the Auditor General's role is also to provide independent assurance on government business enterprises and local government, as local authorities are accountable to the public for the activities they fund. In order to accomplish the task given, the Auditor General and his staff shall examine, inquire into, and audit the accounts of all accounting officers and principal receivers of revenue, and of all persons entrusted with the collection, receipt, custody, or disposal of public monies or public stores. Public stores meaning the storeroom. Take for an example, someone is responsible for the petty cash. They in turn give that assignment to another officer. Upon checking off the petty cash, it was determined by the auditor that there was a shortage. Who is ultimately responsible for the shortage? If you say the officer that the petty cash was assigned to, you would be correct. In terms of the storeroom manager is responsible for the content of the storeroom. Any person should not have access to the storeroom because the storeroom has government assets. The Public Finance Management Act 2023, Section 88, 1A, states that the Auditor General shall have access to all books, records, vouchers, cash, returns, documents. The Public Finance Management Act 2023, Section 88, states that the Auditor General shall have access to all books, records, vouchers, cash, returns, documents. Stamps, securities, stores, and other government property in the custody of an officer. Also, according to the Public Finance Management Act, Section 88, the Auditor General shall have access to call upon an officer for any explanation and information he may require in order to enable him to discharge his duties. Also, he may require any department concerned to furnish him from time to time or at regular periods with accounts of the transactions of such department up to such date as he may specify. For example, he may audit between the period July 1st, 2020 to June 30th, 2024. According to Section 85 of the Public Finance Management Act 2023, the Auditor General should satisfy himself that all reasonable precautions have been taken to safeguard the collection of public monies, and that the laws, directions, and instructions relating thereto have been duly observed, and that all issues and payments are made in accordance with proper authority and that all payments are properly chargeable and are supported by sufficient vouchers or proof of payment. Additionally, according to Section 85 of the Public Financial Management Act, the Auditor General shall forthwith bring to the notice of the Minister any irregularity, loss, or damage which at any time appears to him to have occurred and which does not appear to him to have been reported to the Minister. Finally, according to Section 85 of the Public Financial Management Act 2023, the Auditor General shall satisfy himself that all public monies expended or charged to an appropriation account are applied to the purpose or purposes for which the grants made by the House of Assembly are intended to provide, and that the expenditure conforms to the authority which governs it. Grants are given for specific purposes. Take for an example, the Betty Kelly Kenning Swimming Complex. Funds were provided for the building of the swimming complex by Ms. Kelly Kenning. So the funds had to be used for the purpose specified, which was to build the swimming complex. According to Section 86 of the Public Financial Management Act, discretionary power of the Auditor General. The Auditor General may, in his discretion, make a test audit in any particular case, at any time consult with the auditors of any agency or government business enterprise regarding its financial affairs, audit all accounts on a current basis in order to expedite the finalization of his audit at the end of the financial year, and initiate audits without prior notification. Normally, we provide an engagement letter telling the entity that an audit will be conducted, by whom and when it is to be conducted. However, audits can be carried out without prior notification.